There is absolutely nothing that you can do, and I'm not going to hold your hand while saying this, I'm going to hold your ear. There is absolutely nothing you can do about someone else's perception of you. There is absolutely nothing you can do to control someone else's perception of you. There is absolutely nothing that you can do to control someone else's perception of you. When you begin to try and even think about why this would be something that people do in the first place, it normally stems from the fact that they're not confident within who they are being as they are. If you are not confident in the way that you are being, basically you don't love yourself just as you are in your natural ways, no clothes, no nothing, we meet new people and we want them to perceive us a certain way, and they perceive us through their lens on life. You have to ask yourself, if that affects you negatively, comments or whatever, what's going on up there and mentally, like where you don't think you're good enough? Because you clearly know it, you clearly see it, but what's happening up there to the point to where you don't, what's happening up there to where you don't realize just how bright you are? What needs to be shifted in order for you to understand, to understand yourself, to understand your being and everything that you are? Because you don't need nobody else's approval. You don't need nobody else's validation. You are who you are because you are a star. Bars, nigga. You are exactly who you are supposed to be. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Every room that you walk into needed your energy. Don't matter if you understand it right now. Don't matter if you will ever understand it. But just know that everything that you've done and are doing, everywhere that you're going, you were meant to be there. These things that you're doing, you were meant to do them. These people that you're meeting, you were meant to meet them. Everything happens for a reason, whether or not we know it right then and there. That's first and foremost. Secondly, I always think about this whenever life just seems like it's getting really hectic. Like if I got a lot of anxiety, my calendar is just booked and I'm trying to find ways to calm my mind. Never, ever, ever forget. We all literally started out playing with sticks, didn't even know what the shape of a circle was, eating off the trees, butterball naked, no guide, no currency, nothing. This is all we had. Not a shovel, but this is all we had. This is all we had in the very beginning. It wasn't government, it wasn't politics, it wasn't confusion, it wasn't all of this. It was just this. This is what you come back to when you yeah this is what it's all about. So if at any time your mind starts to feel like where you are and what you're doing is just not enough, and that you have to do more to be more, you have to struggle in order to receive, you have to go through pain just to find joy, my advice, go outside and just be. That's all you can honestly do. It ain't no right or wrong way to be. You just be. You get comfortable being in your rare form. Get comfortable being in your bare natural state. And whatever you don't want to accept about yourself, it's going to keep on repeating. It's going to keep on repeating until you finally just let it in and say, you know what? I love me just the way I am. I don't need this. I don't need that. I am grateful for where I am. I'm grateful to have the things that I have. I'm grateful to have the people in my life. And more importantly, at least you are aware that you need to do some more work, accepting yourself. At least you're aware of that, because there are a lot of people that go around and they act like they don't have anything about themselves that they need to accept. They accept their ego. Ego needs validation. Ego needs someone to tell ego that ego is popping, because ego knows that its roots are rooted in false soil. That's not soil, because it ain't real. None of it is real. Ego is like fruit from Walmart. And if you know what I mean, then you know exactly what I mean. Ego is like fruit from Walmart. Yeah. But most importantly, do not, oh my gosh, do not, never, ever, please, never, ever, never let go of who you are, what you love, the things that you like to do, the hobbies that you have, the things that are nearest and dear to your soul that make you unique. You don't have to be like anybody else, and it doesn't matter if other people like the things that you like. We all human. Never deny yourself of being comfortable to make someone else comfortable. You have to be so confident within yourself and everything that you are, and stand on everything that you are in your power. You could be in a room full of people that you do not fit in with, but you know what? You're there for a reason. And if you're in that room and you're shining, you can't help but you just there. You breathing, you looking good. You can't do nothing about that. You can't do nothing about that. You can't do nothing about that. You just look good. What can you do about that? Other than like you literally just glowing. You glowing. And you can't do nothing about that. Yeah, you're gonna have people that's mad. You're gonna have people that's gonna have some smart remarks. You're gonna have people that got some things they wanna say. They wanna get you feeling how they feeling, because they look at you and they like, damn, you look good. But I'm gonna tell you the opposite, because one, I'm not gonna give you that satisfaction. Two, I don't have that confidence in myself. They not gonna see it as that way. They gonna see it from a point of ego. But your purpose, your job, is to be you. And I like when they say, give the girls nothing. You give them nothing. Because what do they deserve? Nothing. You're there. Your presence is enough. Your energy is enough. You don't have to open your mouth and respond to negativity. They don't deserve your words. They don't deserve your anger. Your anger is so powerful. That energy, that rage, you better put that shit into some art. You better put that into some creations or whatever endeavors you got up your sleeve. Give the girls nothing. Give them absolutely nothing. You do not owe anyone your anger. You don't owe them the satisfaction. You don't owe them anything. You owe it to yourself to be yourself. You owe it to yourself to be who it is that you know you were destined to be. You owe it to yourself to express who it is that you are. A lot of times, I know growing up in childhood memories, a lot of people have memories of being taunted for the things that they liked, and that teasing, and is getting older, and you just begin to realize that it's not personal. They don't really hate you. They hate themselves. Okay? And by you loving yourself, not only are you allowing your inner child to roam free with ultimate love and expression, but you're also being a guiding light for others that you may not realize are watching you. But somebody somewhere needs to hear your love. Somebody somewhere needs to hear your messages. They need to see and feel your energy. Even though the internet is the internet, there are a lot of people on the internet who are doing God's work, who are literally helping people just by uploading their knowledge, their wisdom, their energy. And it doesn't matter what it is. You could be doing art, you could be singing, you could be dancing. It doesn't matter. Sometimes people just You make people's day just by scrolling on this app, and you look and you see somebody that is saying something that's really meaningful, or you see somebody that's singing something that's meaningful, or you see somebody doing a dance that you ain't seen in a long time. Everything happens for a reason, and synchronicities are real. Main highlight of this though, this message: you are so important. You are so loved, whether or not you know it. You are so adored, and at some point you're gonna have to get out your own way and allow yourself to receive the love that you've been putting out this entire time. At some point you're gonna have to sit back and say, okay, I deserve this. At some point you're gonna have to get comfortable with being comfortable.